Well, hello, and hope you had a lovely holiday. And let's review where you should be at this point, okay? Uh, Over the break or over the holiday, you were to have written two additional posts without any specific assignment. Uh, at this point, the upcoming assignment is to write a how-to post. That is, and I said before, something like a recipe or an explanation of how to accomplish a specific task. I'm not looking for something that's kind of silly or humorous or fantastic or fantasy oriented, but something that is concrete and really does teach somebody or direct somebody, give instructions step by step on how to do something. So that's for this week. And for the following week, it's to post an interview. And that, as I've said before, that means at this point you should have already contacted your interviewee and at least arranged for a time and method for conducting the interview, whether it's meeting that person face to face or talking on the telephone or exchanging emails and having that person write up responses to your answers. I've said before, it probably would be best to give that person a choice of how they would like the interview to be conducted. And I've said before, this should be somebody of some stature, some prominence, not just any old person, any common person, but somebody relating to the theme of your blog who is someone worth interviewing, someone that your readers would be interested in learning about and getting information about, and hopefully someone that will actually to be of some benefit to you to make contact with. So because this involves several steps, as I said, you should at least be in touch with that person and be ready to and in the process of conducting the interview. Once the interview is conducted, you need to write it up and in a good way, eliminate errors, typos, anything that doesn't look good. You want to make the interviewee look good, not bad. And you should provide the interviewee with a pre-published version that they can look over. Maybe they want to make some changes, corrections, alterations, give them the opportunity. And then, of course, you need to format it in a proper and attractive way for the blog post. The week after that is the assignment is to post a narrative, tell a story, whether it's fictional or non-fictional, again, obviously related to the theme of your blog. As always, those posts go along with an additional unspecified post for each week. So you should be doing two posts each week. And then after the post for the narrative, the final major assignment is to have a post that is an extended essay, a long form post. And so obviously that would take some work and preparation along with the additional post, and then our final week will be two unspecified posts once again. So all that is something that you should be looking ahead towards and in the planning stages of. And also, again, there's the wiki assignments, your contribution to the page on exemplary blogs, your contribution to the page on useful applications, and if you like, the optional additional contribution to the page on hints and tips and so forth. Apart from that, the reading that's coming up. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention. On the blog template, and I said this before, at this point you should have added the labels gadget, and you should be including labels and think about appropriate labels. That is another what is otherwise known as tags. It's a kind of indexing system. I already talked about this, so you should be including that in your blog template and gone back to your posts and added the labels that are appropriate for each post so that becomes another way to search and pull out a selection of your blog posts. So that's all the work that you should be doing on your blog at this point. And apart from that, the reading for this coming week, one is which will be available on the on the through via Blackboard, is the piece by my colleague Paul Levinson, a chapter on blogging from his book New Media, which will take you through various a general discussion on blogging, but I think you'll find in there some very good ideas about how to promote your blog, and that can include, if you haven't done so already, going on Twitter and using Twitter to promote your blog posts. We've already early on talked about Google Plus as another place to do that. And if you're interested, you can look on Facebook, and they have, if you do a search for networked blogs, you can find that function on there. You can connect your blog to networked blogs. You can ask your Facebook friends to follow, and you can add the gadget for networked blogs onto your blog's template. All of that, and there are other ways that you can do that, including gadgets for that help to promote, and for Twitter and Facebook and other social media. Any of those kind of additions will count as extra credit, if you like, or extra work towards your blog. But I highly recommend the network blogs option. It takes a little futzing around, a little clicking around to get it to work, or to figure out how to get it to work. But once you do, it really is a nice way to get your Facebook friends, which is where most people have a large collection of people in their network. Get them to know about your blog and to follow your blog. So anyway, the chapter, Levinson's chapter, will get into also politics and blogging, I believe, and some other elements, but and also the question of monetizing the blog. This is not something that we're emphasizing, and obviously as beginning bloggers, there's not going to be really much of an opportunity, but at least I want you to, as part of this coursework, to learn about it and to hear about it. So that's the going to come up in that additional reading, and also in the reading in Rhetberg. In Rhetberg we have chapter 6 assigned, and that's all about blogging as a brand, and it'll get into commercializing, monetizing the blog, also blogging on behalf of commercial interests. More and more, you'll find that companies and organizations, even newspapers, have their own blogs and bloggers, either an individual or a team working, and you should learn a little bit about that. In the week that follows, you'll also be reading about blogging for organizations, reading further about that. But right now, it's just the kind of the interesting question of how to make money off of blogging, and I wouldn't recommend it. Very few people can really make a living off of it, or really make all that much money out of it, and it's perhaps not a good idea to get into it for the money, but it is useful to know about its commercial applications. So that's it for this coming week. Best of luck to you again, and we'll be in touch. So long.